So we're recording. Power Hour. I posted this in the document, so tomorrow when you're going, I want you to print this out. Don't make fun of me. It's rude. Anyway.
Crude, socially unattractive.
What?
I don't know. That's what my parents used to say.
Anyways, so what I do is I set an hour every single night. Mine's actually more like 2 hours because I do a lot of like this kind of stuff. So this is the stuff you don't worry about, the stuff I want you to worry about, like putting these up on our site, all those kind of stuff. Amelia, give me a second, please. What I want you guys to do is when you're sitting down, I want you to take out this sheet of paper and like literally look, did I do my workout today? Did I drink my shake today? Did I, it's like literally like listed on the sheet everything I want you to do in 1 hour. Your workout you probably already got done. Your shake you probably already drank. One of the things on here is listening to 10 minutes of personal development every day. I do mine driving all the time. I listen to personal development. I listen to Bonnie Ingalls, I listen to Bonnie Ingalls, YouTube channels, those really successful coaches who I'm admiring. I listen to their stuff too. Like that's all part of my personal development. Whenever I'm driving, I really don't listen to the radio anymore, or I put the radio in the back for her, and then like up front, it's like my personal development type of stuff. So that's already crossed off. Number 4 is answering all business related emails from customers and coaches. So throughout the day, I get a lot of questions that people are asking me. A lot of customers will ask me my messages on Facebook blow up from the messages I've sent the night before. I don't check them all day because I can't. I physically cannot focus on a message. It just doesn't work for my schedule with her and working and all that. So what I do is at night when she's sleeping at 10 o'clock, I then answer every single message. I then sit down and I, respond to every message that's come through, all 12 to 15 of them. I respond to those at that time. I send out 5 more to people off my mega list. I find 5 people every night to just say, hey, how are you? To. Most of them won't respond to me at that time because it's so late. They'll respond to me by the next day. So then the next day I continue my conversation. And by day 3 or 4, that's when I invite them and I drop the message of, hey, have you ever considered, joining one of my challenge groups? Or I would love to have you. Would this be something you're interested in? So it takes a 3 or 4 day process, which is why consistency is such key. You got to do that hour every single night. So you're constantly reaching out to people and you're constantly building, those messages coming in. And as each day goes, you'll have invites to send out. You'll have invites, to send to the people you've been forming. So that's one of them. It says invite 2 to 5 people each day with at least 5 people a week about the business. So again, if you're constantly sending those messages out and those messages are coming in, and every night you're asking them about themselves, asking them about their family, their jobs, what they like to do, their goals in life, by day 4 or 5, you can drop a message and you're feeling really connected with them. So even if they're saying no, they don't feel like you just sold them something. They feel like you're offering them, this amazing product or this amazing opportunity. And then another thing was it says to check on the Coach Online office for breaking news, new customer leads. So literally just log into the Coach Online office, look to the right side, see if anything's new on there. They don't update it every day, so that probably takes 2 seconds. Check into our pages, any new documents, print those out, put them all in a binder. So when you're, sitting down for your power hour and you want to know what script to follow, it's right there. You just pull up the script and you're like, I'm sending this message out, or this is how I want to invite somebody, or this is the video I need to send them when they say, okay, give me more information.
Yeah.
All of that's already in there for you. You don't have to do any scuff work. It's all there. Just print it out and, follow that exactly. And then it says, start 5 new conversations every day, which is what I already said, and post inspirational or engaging things on social media, which everybody's already doing. So like I said, most of it you're already doing. The biggest missing piece that most people don't want to do, like the frog that they don't want to eat, is sending out those messages, is, sending out those initial 5 messages and then continuing that conversation because you're tired and you're exhausted and all you want to do is hang out with your husband and you don't want to, build those relationships. You're just like, I'll do it tomorrow. the key is you still got to do it. It's part of your business. That's why your vision has to be other people's well-being greater than your own. It will pay off. It will all come back around. It will take patience, take time and consistency, and it all does pay off. Those months when I ran that business and I did my power hour every single night and I give my work, my consistency, I was doing really well financially. Like, it came hand in hand. I was like, oh, wow, this is awesome. Then the months where I was like, I'm too tired to run this business. I don't want to do a power hour at 10:30 at night. I want to watch a movie for 5 minutes because I deserve it. I've been up since 6 working. My business suffered, which means my life suffered. So you really got to put that vision up front, create that vision board for yourself, or create your reason. Why are you doing this? Like, Sammy, you said you want to have kids, and when you do, you want to stay home with them. I'm going to tell you, as being a mom, building that at the point when you have the kids is 1,000 times harder. And if I had the opportunity to do this before I had my daughter, I would have been a lot more well off because I would have had a lot more time. I would have been able to find more time. For me right now, finding time is like finding gold. It's like that hard. And when I do have the time to run this business, I feel bad. Like, she's watching a movie right now because I'm doing this call, but I know that this is like for her benefit in like 2 years. Like, I'm building something for my daughter. So for you in this situation, it's like, if you do the scuff work right now, if you really just sit there and give this business just an hour a day, like solid hour of just sending out those messages, responding to people, forming them, and just getting to know them without talking about Beachbody. And then within the 3rd day of talking to them, just be like, hey, this is totally random, but I'm actually having a challenge group or like a motivation group starting September 5th. Would you be interested in joining us? Like,
that one is.
What is it?
That one our next one is?
Yeah.
Or did you? Okay.
Yeah.
That was like, I know somebody has to have one planned. Is it going to be, like, although we did 21 Day Fix in this, but it was kind of based around Country Heat, is it going to be back to 21 Day Fix or what?
I think we're going to have to see what the majority of people are doing. It'll probably be the same thing that we're doing right now, just because people are still new to the 21 Day, the Heat. But it probably won't be like the theme. It'll probably just be like, I think I made it already. It's like, I don't know, step into September or something like that. It's not going to be like Country Heat organized. So people can do whatever. I mean, I know we have people that are doing like size and 2-minute hardcore. So, but whatever program you're comfortable with, I would do your public shout out, like, hey, I'm doing this challenge group. Whenever you make your post or whatever, you can do whatever program you want. You don't have to base it on whatever we're doing. You can offer people whatever program you're comfortable with.
Or meet the other groups.
What?
The like groups from like 5 groups ago. They like randomly people will post on them.
They're
Get
not
out of them. Just out of them.
Yeah, go ahead and like leave them.
Yeah, remove yourself.
Yeah, the only way to close, like officially shut those down, is if everybody in the group leaves. So we can't close them without everybody being out.
Okay, because I think you posted something first saying you were like, we're not in the other groups now, so I was expecting like, oh, they're just gonna like go away, and then like randomly in the 5-day eating clean one, and I was like, this was like a month ago. Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And I was like, I get out of this, but I didn't want to like leave it and like look bad that a coach was leaving. So I would. Okay, cool. So I can.
Most of them, so I don't know.
Okay, so all those groups.
Yeah.
Go ahead and leave
I
them.
all of them or turned off my notifications for them. That way it's like they're not even.
I turned off the notifications, but okay, cool. So I'm just gonna delete them.
Yeah, go ahead and get out of them. That's not a problem, and we can delete them. The other thing about the program question you had, so what I do is once someone tells me that they're interested in a program, you can always ask, like, we have multiple programs. Can I ask you some specific questions to see which one would best be, like, which, would fit you best? I do that a lot of the times with, my challengers, because I have challengers who are like 20 and I have challengers who are like 55. Like, I have like such a big like niche that it's really hard for me to like design a specific one or like stick with one for people. So I ask people, I'm like, do you like cardio? Because some people love cardio. And I'm like, you're weird, but you know what? There's programs for you. Some people love weights. And I'm like, great, like this is it. Do you like to dance? Do you like country music or do you like hip hop? You see where I'm going with these things. So then I can tailor their workout program to them. Like, this is good for you. So then if, let's say I totally screwed up, I found the wrong one for them, or I gave them the wrong 2 options and they picked one that they don't like, when they're in this group and they're seeing someone talk about 21-day fix or size or country heat, then they'll be like, like, I actually want to try that one. And then you can guide them. You know what I mean? So it's nice to have these hybrid programs. Yeah, they're a little bit harder because everyone's on different pages. But the basic group of the basic gist of these groups is just to motivate them. So
I know, like this one, there was people still doing just 21-day fix, but we were kind of like going around testing the country heat. So I didn't know if we were going to try another one or something like that. I'm going to go back to the 21-day fix next. So
yeah, I'm going to stick with country heat because I actually didn't give it my like 100%. So I want to give it 100%, like working out every day with it. I know, Sarah, you're not liking it. But it's kind of been fun for me because I'm like not in the mood to work out really. So it's been like, I don't feel like I'm working out. And I'll be moving. At that point, I'm like moving. I'm like moving from one house to another. So I know like this one, at least I can put on BOD and I don't need to like, have my weights or anything with me. Then after this one, it'll be October. And then November, I know I'm already starting Core de Force. Like, that's my jam. Like, I'm going to crush that one. It's like an MMA, like mixed martial arts type of workout. So excited.
I think. Does anyone know if, like one of the 21-day fix programs, if it's helped, I had a question today, this question asked today, if it's helped like alleviate quitting smoking, like if it's helped the process, because someone that quit smoking and she knows that she has like a problem gaining weight when she quit smoking, so she wants to do this so that'll counteract it. But she also wants to know if it's like, if it helps with some of the withdrawals or something like that. But I've never, so I don't know.
So
I would think that because they're making healthier choices, they would just naturally kind of want to.
And you're doing other things.
Well, and I feel like when you're like sweating, isn't that helping? Like, doesn't that help with like detox the nicotine and all that stuff? Like,
that's what I would think too.
So what's smoking, like why people get addicted, obviously because of the nicotine. So when you're working out, you're releasing the same type of, endorphin. So it kind of gives you the same type of high, but the same type of like high feeling. The other thing is what smoking becomes, it becomes ritual. They have to smoke when they wake up. They have to smoke before they go to sleep or before a meal or before this. So it's more habitual than it is, it's both. It's hand in hand. It's the addiction as well as, the habit of when they do it. So when they normally stop the smoking habit, they turn towards another habit, which is most likely food or chewing gum or chewing a pencil because they need the same kind of like putting something in their mouth. So the way that it can help is creating a healthier habit. When they would smoke, they eat their containers. When they would do this, they would get their workout in instead. So it's altering their entire schedule to be a healthier schedule. That's how it's going to help them. But like to say, it'll feed their like nicotine kind of withdrawal part of it. No, it won't really do that. But psychologically, what just happened? Oh, sorry. Psychologically, it will definitely help them because they're going to be building a new type of healthy habit that they can, go through.
Okay.
A lot of the times if people have like other health things going on in their life, people will post on the Dream Extreme page and ask if anybody has like any testimonies about it. And that happens a lot. A lot of people will respond and be like, yeah, I had this person say, this is their story, and they'll share it with you and you can share their testimony with the person that you're talking to, which
makes them feel like way more comfortable about stuff. I know one of the girls in our group has IBS, and she was like really nervous about starting Shakeology, and I had found somebody who used Shakeology and their IBS like subsided or whatever, and that like sold her instantly. She was like, okay, I'll try it. There's 30-day money back guarantee. Like, why wouldn't I try it?
Yeah, my dad has IBS too, and it's the only thing that's ever worked for him. And like, he was so apprehensive. It took me 2 years to get him to drink Shakeology, and ever since he has, he's like, it's the only thing that's like made me consistent with like how I felt with my stomach. So, I mean, obviously everybody's different. You always want to consult your physician, prior to starting anything new, blah, blah, blah. But everything is guaranteed. So it's worth trying it out. If they're at that point where they're like, I'm so fed up with my life and where I am, then yeah, this is going to work for you, because it has such a beautiful system to it of how you wake up, you work out, you then eat your breakfast, you then have your shake. Like, that routine is just so calming for so many people who come from different backgrounds. Like, for me with the anxiety, I thrive off of routine and a schedule that somebody else creates for me that I can just stick to. It calms me down. So it's helped a lot of people with anxiety and depression. Same thing with alcohol. It's given them a bigger purpose than to go out to drink. It's brought them into a group that's so positive where they feel the need to go and get messed up, feel like they're around awesome, positive people. You're working so hard on your health and nutrition. You don't want to give that up for, a one night type of thing. And you've built this schedule. You've built this schedule where I'm getting up, I'm working out. If I'm hungover, I can't do that. It helped me. I quit drinking for a solid year because of 21 Day Fix. And now when I drink, it's like a glass of wine in a blue moon that I'm like, okay, I'll have a glass. But I partied like 4 nights a week before all of this because I was just like so lost. I needed that schedule. I needed something with support and love that was positive. So I got attracted to this. So yeah, that's the good part about it. So questions that you guys might have. Where do you guys feel like your biggest challenge is in getting started right as a coach? Where do you feel like you need the most help, or you don't know yet what to do type of thing? What do you need from us to help you?
I definitely like all the stuff that you guys post up because I print them out and then have a folder and read all of the stuff or like watched all the videos yet. When I get time, I do make time to do it. It's super helpful that I already have it. Because you didn't have that took you so long. I feel I'm preparing myself for my 3-year plan, year plan, whatever it is I'm saying. I think my biggest thing is since dealing with so many mental issues, the confidence that I'm a coach now, not I believe in the product. I am a product of the product, but I have people reach out to me. I'll text Sarah and be like, help me. My godmother texted me today and I still said, help me. I was still got anxious about it. But then once I got okay, she's just form her. And I was like, okay. So then I just started talking to her and then it was fine. And I'm 90% sure she's going to join, and she's joining for having her friend join too.
I was in the middle of my nap, by the way. You woke me up, so I don't appreciate that, but I'm just kidding.
What?
I was about to fall asleep and I was like, who is texting me?
Yeah, I was wanting you, and you only got my help. I just sent help and all caps and then exclamation point. And she's like, what? And I was like, oh wait, for my picture. But I think it's the confidence of me being okay, I can start this conversation. Somebody I haven't talked to in a while. I think the biggest thing. And I texted her and said, you gotta help me, and she was like, just form her. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I was fine. And then
You're overthinking it.
Yeah. And that's what happens when you become a coach. You start overthinking things because you're like, oh my God, people are holding me to such high standards. Remember, you're still human. and like being so open about, you know, where you make a mistake actually draws people closer to you. So a lot of times I'm like, hey, listen guys, like I just told you, I'm still figuring this out. Like I messed up so many times. I'm telling you that I've messed it up. And it's been 2 weeks that I've been consistent with a power hour. And I mean, I'm working from 10 to 12. I'm getting up at 6. And the only reason I'm sharing why, like when I do my power hours and when I'm working is before I would be like, that's too late. Like I need to sleep. And don't get me wrong, I need to sleep. But what is greater? You know, sleeping every single night and getting like 8 hours all the time, or, you know, figuring out something so when tomorrow I wake up, I'm like, I did something really good, not only for me, but for my team. Like you guys are a part of my team. You guys are part of all of this. So it's remembering that. And then also when I look at my significant other, when I look at my daughter, and when I share my vision of my life, which is why I'm like, it's so important to know that vision and to share it with your partner, and not just share it in the sense that you expect them to know what that vision actually means. And I'm talking about, like, I told my partner, I was like, listen, I'm getting a mat board. And when it comes down to like the house I'm putting on our vision board, it's like, you're helping me put that house on that vision board, because that's going to be the house we want. And I want to get that for us. Like, that's how detailed it was. When I was like, when I make 6 figures doing something I'm so passionate about, you're quitting your job to do what you want to do. It's my time to help you. You've helped me. You know what I mean? So that's the vision that it's so deep. And it took me 2.5 years to be confident to tell people my vision without the fear of what they're going to say to me. Yeah. My parents, my mom, like, she's like, really, like, what's this Beachbody thing? Now she's like pulling out her containers, and I printed out a sheet. I've been a coach for 2.5 years. Now you're joining me. Like, it's mind blowing for me. And then I sit there and I go, why didn't they join me earlier? And it's because I lacked confidence. Because I lacked confidence in myself to know that I could achieve all of my visions. And that goes deep. That goes deep from like childhood and, you know, everything else I've been through in my life. But that I have 2 choices. I can let that hold me back, and I can fall into like that negative rut of being like, I'm just never going to be good enough. This is just how my life is. It's just going to suck. Everything's going to go bad all the time. Or I can take all of the challenges and all of the burdens I've been through in my life and say, it made me stronger. And I'm at this point, and what I need to do now is tell others how they can be at this point too, or join me on my journey. Because I'm not fully, you know, working out every day. I still have my areas where I mess up, but I want to share that with people to let them know that you don't have to be perfect. You just have to strive every day to be better than you were yesterday. Literally, you know, just make better steps.
That's like a big thing that people like the journey that it's helping with my depression. But when I tell them, like, I didn't work out twice in this 30-day like country. I didn't work out twice, and I'm gonna be honest, I went and had a chocolate fudge brownie today. Like, I'm not perfect, and I make it work exactly. Like,
you know, I just had milk. I've already had all of my containers, but yeah, you're not perfect. You're human. So.
And I'm like, you have cravings, and if you don't indulge in them, that's how you fail. Even worse, because then you're like, I really want this, and I'm not letting myself have it. So in 2 weeks, I'm just gonna binge all. Like, instead of having a little brownie, you're gonna eat the entire. I like tell them, I'm like, I'm not even being perfect at it, and I've lost 18 pounds since June.
Woo! That's awesome. I didn't know you lost all that.
Yeah, I was just about to post it. I checked today. I'm at 147.
Yay! So awesome.
5 when I got back from my honeymoon.
Okay, before we get off, I have this humongous book that I just like, oh, wrong direction. Write all this like mumbo jumbo every time I get like on a call, or when you hit certain like success clubs, you sometimes get on like these exclusive calls with like top coaches or Carl Leichler. So I was like going through it, and then me and Parisa were in this like diamond group,
and like I found my notes from it, so I like modified it. So they told us in that group, they said, why not you? What's holding you back? Why can't you do X, Y, and Z? What makes you feel like you're not good enough? And so that kind of just like resonated with you. Like, why not you? What, you can do everything you want. Why? There's nothing holding you back. Nothing physical. And then it says, when you don't know what to do, invite. That's pretty simple. Just and then the other one's the big scary post, but we're not there yet. And then another thing, it says believing in your coaches and challengers before they believe in themselves. So you want to hype your challengers up so much and make them feel so good about themselves, so they want to do that in return to other people. So I know that like some people see it as like fake or, you know, whatever, because you're not like being genuine, but you want to be genuine. You want to make these people feel like they're in such a loving and non-judgmental environment that why wouldn't they want to join you? Why wouldn't they want to join coaching? Why wouldn't they, you know, want to be like such a positive person on like everybody else? Because then they'll look and think, you know, this isn't just a product. It's an entire like community that they've gained access to. That's not like a lot of these things in the world that are so awful. You know, it's so hard to find like a community that's like so positive. And like, I know a lot of my friends are like, you're being fake. And I'm like, I'm not being fake. I've just surrounded myself with people that, you know, don't have all these judgments, because we all know that we have our flaws and we have our imperfections.
Yeah. Okay, so real quick, honesty hour therapy last week, and I like came to the whole realization that essentially you guys get to a point that literally everyone else in my life knew I should have been at, where like my friends from high school who were like shitty, I was just holding on to that friendship and like hoping it would work out. Like I was trying and I couldn't like let go of the friendship, and I kept blaming on my depression because that's when the friendship started going down. And like since I've been in my body, I literally last week therapy and cried, and I was like, these people know me, are supporting me more than some since I was 5. And I was like, literally just got Chris' number, like I can't even pronounce the last name, you know, like I don't know anything about people, and they support me more than some of my like quote unquote friends. And like, and it came to the realization like what, so like since then I feel like I lifted off my shoulders, because I'm just like, you know, like
I don't need them in my life if they're not here to support me. That's how I feel. I was in the same boat. I was like, I'm tired of like dragging people along and like making them want to like support me in whatever decisions I made. And I was like, you know, it's too much energy. Like if they're not here for me for like the bad times and the good times, and like I don't need them. And like everybody's like, you don't have that many friends. And I'm like, I don't. It's all about, you know. So what do you say, Teresa? What do you tell me?
All about the
quality, not quantity.
no, but like it's true, because when my first diagnosed with ALS, everyone that I knew was like, oh my God, Sammy, like I'm gonna be here for you. Oh, cool. I have the biggest support system. I'm never gonna be alone and like I'm not alone, because obviously I have my husband and I do have like some of my close friends. Like I still felt kind of alone because people who said they were gonna be weren't, and I had too much faith in them. And I got into this, I realized how like supportive this group is, and like how much more this means to me than just a journey of my fitness and my health. That like I don't see this as like fake. Not that I did really before, but like nope, I know exactly what they're talking about. Like I have never felt better supportive by people, and I just met them.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I was never, like, negative Nancy, but I was not, like, happy-go-lucky all the time. I was like, yeah, those people are just going to let me down. Like, why would I put faith in them? So now I'm like, maybe there are good people out here. Like, if I do this to people, like, maybe karma will come around and be like, they'll go do something for somebody else. Like, people need to be that way in the world. Like, there's so much negativity all the time. And it's so sad, but genuinely be happy for people in their success. You know, be there for their failures, which failure isn't an option in my book, but if you want to call it failure, whatever. But yeah. And then,
I was just gonna sum it up, like, with the whole, like, you know, positive thing. When I was training for Hopkins, they said, you know, we don't want negative energy in our office because one negative person can bring down 5 positive people. So to know the strength of negativity, that was like the moment it clicked for me. I'm like, oh, okay, so one person who's miserable in their life can really, really affect me 5-fold, because if it takes 5 positive people to, you know, help one negative, that means if it's just me and one negative person, it's really going to affect me. And then with my, like, depression, I don't know, Sammy, you might be able to, like, relate with this, but I think I always looked for somebody else to help me through whatever I was going through. I needed their support. I literally physically, like, needed them to just know what I needed and what I wanted without me having to, like, communicate it. As opposed to now, I've learned what I need and what I want, and I can do it for myself, which not only has, like, helped with my depression, it's made me not need people. And when I don't need them, I respect them for who they are. And I allow them to be themselves, which then they let me be me too. So it fills me up even more with more, like, happiness, because I'm like, oh, I can be me, and they love me for me because I love them for them, because I don't need anything from them anymore. I feel it, like, I feel it myself. So, and yes, this positive, you know, group, literally, I went to Summit last year and it didn't click like it clicked this year, because after the consistency of all those coaches being positive over the past 2 years, I started to believe the positivity. I didn't believe that people could be this good. Like, I always wanted it, but I didn't believe it. My boyfriend didn't believe that people could be this good until 2 years later. He's like, you're still doing this. You're still this good. I'm like, because consistency is the key. Be true to yourself is the key. People will see you 2 years later and be like, she's still doing this. It's got to be real. You can't fake it for 2 years. You can fake it for 2 months, 5 months, 6 months, but not 2 years. So just be true to who you are. You know, find that consistency, and quality will come, but you've got to be patient. And, you know, really just get rid of negative, be around positive, and just keep that cycle going.
Okay, we're going to get to the but
Picture.
Okay.
It's going to cut off. Where's Carissa?
All right, 1, 2, 3.
I don't know who took it.
I got it. Woo!
Wait, okay, you have to believe that you're, like, really far up there, because when you believe you're really far up there, then you, like, strive to be really far up there, and you, like, hold yourself to higher standards. So,
and you're already up there.
You're like a superstar 10 at least diamond coach, and yeah, that's how it works.
Love you guys. Have a fantastic night. See you guys next week.